You ready? Please welcome and bring your hands together for Mike Batavu.
Thank you for coming, guys. It's gonna be a sick stand-up, because I'm pretty fucking sick. Okay. If I don't cough my lungs, then it's all good. Fun fact, well, you guys found out I'm from Romania. I was talking to a friend about gifts, and somehow we got to talk about socks. Yes, footwear, socks. And basically, I realized that you're really sad as a child when you receive socks as a gift, but now as an adult, you kind of like, yes, fucking socks, here, look at these motherfuckers, here. You know, you're like super excited. And then he's Austrian, and he was like, no, I quite enjoyed my socks when I was a child as well. Yeah, no, it was a very good gift, very thoughtful, and it kept my football. And then I realized there's a culture difference. So Romanian socks are like made of either plastic or some form of t-shirt that got deteriorated and then they transformed into a sock. And that's what you would have received as a child. You know, probably he would have received something woven, something nice, and if I received something made out of wool, I would probably put it on my head and call it a hat. But hey, you know, some kids have it different than others. And true that. And also, so the first time I realized that I might have a thing for comedy was, again, when I was a child. And basically, there's this unwritten rule by kids, because they're too small and they can't write, which says basically that you can't make fun of another kid's mom. Like, it doesn't matter, you guys could be friends, you can hang out, you can like, oh, fuck your face, man, ah! Everything's fine. But once you say something bad about another person's mother, then all shit breaks loose. Like, little kids fight, you know, then they go like, and shit like this, like, fun to watch, you know? It's good to bet money, but illegal. And yeah, so I realized at that point that none of those words actually affected me as a person. So when somebody would say something to another guy about his mom, I would actually think, you know, like, ah, man, I fucked your mom last night, you know? And I'm like, with what? You're an 8-year-old child, like with a little flaccid dick? What did you do? That's not even, it could never be possible, right? You're like a little child. How, thank you, man. I'm like, anyway, visually it didn't make sense, right? So then, and now it's called reverse psychology. Back then it was called whatever I was thinking. So when this happened to me for the first time, I was like in a schoolyard full of kids and somebody was like, hey man, I fucked your mother last night. And my first reaction was, yeah, you didn't pay her, you cheapskate. So, and it really worked because everybody kind of laughed at that guy then. So at that point I was like, ah, this could work. So so basically every time somebody said something in my childhood about my mom or my sister, it would have been bad for my mom and my sister. Because I would have just went along with it and be like, oh yeah man, your sister's got a hot ass. And I was like, yeah, and you can pay and have it. And I'm like, oh no, shit. This is wrong, but it worked. It got me through some tough times. God. And as children, God, we used to watch this cartoon called Dragon Ball. Do you guys know Dragon Ball? It's basically just people screaming, trying to transform and power up so they could scream some more and then transform some more and then power up. And it never ends. And as children, we used to all watch this and then go outside and scream. Now, certain things maybe shouldn't be allowed on TV for kids because I could only imagine the parents when your child goes like, bye mom, I'm gonna go play, and they go outside and go like, ah, ah, and you're like, shit, and you're trying to see what your child, and then you just see him in a circle with other 3 kids screaming at each other. It just looked like a special kids unit crashed, and then the kids were outside in a circle going, ah, ah, and we're like, and you were supposed to pretend you loved that child. I was like, yeah, the one with the weird head, yeah, that's mine. I made that. I'm proud. Sure. Yeah, I'm paying you for the food, everything. Yeah. No, no, it's love. And kids do crazy things. My first experience with spicy food and hot food, I love hot food now, but it was still as a child. When basically I went to my friend's house, and we always used to hang out. We still are, but anyway, best friends, kids, we hanged out. We were like, yeah, we're gonna have pizza. Shit, it's great. You know, are you excited? Yeah, I've had pizza for like 1,000,000 times. It's my favorite food. And in Romania, you always put ketchup on pizza and sauce because we're not cultured. So we don't know about oils or good pizza. We just go like, oh, this is the best pizza in the world. Sure, you have ketchup. Because it is the way it is. And I went to his house, right? And he pours out this different ketchup, which was black, like a black bottle of ketchup. And I was like, ooh, what's that? And he was like, oh, this is great. This is great, you love it. My dad eats it all the time. It makes you feel good. So then I put the ketchup on the pizza, ate it, and I think I started crying. Well, he was okay. He was just like a tough kid, you know, because he probably did it a lot in private. So he was prepared. I wasn't. And he was like, oh, what? Is it too hot? And you know, when the kids do that annoying thing, when they know they have you, and they're like, oh, what is it? Too hot, Mike? And I'm like, crying, and I'm like, no, I'm just so excited to have pizza again. I just didn't know we're gonna have pizza. Twice. And then that was good because I actually managed to eat it and I didn't feel bad. It went good. And then it came out of my little child anus, and it was like shitting fire. I cried so much when I went to the bathroom the next day. I was like, if this is spicy food, then it's crazy. And I remember because it was such a bad day. I woke up, and it was the first time in my life that I woke up after I slept on my arm. You know? And when you wake up and you have the phantom limb and your arm just goes... Yeah. I spoke to some friends about it. Most of them react like, Mom! Ah! And they go and they like show her the limb. They're like, look at this! What do I do? No, my reaction was actually very pacifist. It was, I looked at it and I was like, oh fuck. And then I started thinking, could I live my life with one arm? I think I can. So then I just started walking around the house with this hand like that. My mom asking me, it was like, hey, Mike, are you okay? What happened? I was like, I think I lost an arm. Well, it doesn't do anything, but sure, I'll still use it. And it's such a fun childhood and crazy because I was a bit crazy, to be fair. And I realized that you can really associate toys with friends or actually friendships. You know, you always have, when you're a child, you have your first friend/toy, you keep it forever, you cherish it. It's the first toy you ever had. Sure, with time it gets a bit fucked up and it's missing one eye or something, but it's still your best friend, right? You keep it because it's got value, right? It's the first. And then you get a bit more toys, you know, and then you put the toys in the box and you don't play with them for a few days, years. But, you know, sometimes the good toys, you go back into the box and you reconnect those friendships, right? Or toys. But it always sucks when you give out the toys, doesn't it? When you share your toys and your friends and they come back fucked up and you don't want to play with them anymore. Because that's adulthood, unfortunately. And what I realized is that today with Facebook, with this toy box, which is a fake, if you see people online and it's their birthday and you couldn't give less of a fuck to actually write happy birthday, send. When you get their notification, maybe they shouldn't be in your toy box because that's just fucking ridiculous. Because I was actually considering if it's worth me saying to a person happy birthday while their face popped up and I was like, wish them a happy birthday. I'm like, do I really wanna? Do I still connect with this guy? Who the fuck even are you? And I realized that it was nasty because I actually unfriended that guy on his birthday. It was just like happy birthday, unfriend. And then after I unfriended him, I realized it's even weirder because now it's gonna look like a guy friended him, wished him happy birthday, then unfriended him. Because that's the only way you could post on his page. So, yeah, then I just stopped wishing happy birthday on Facebook because I think it's better. Cool. Cool. And I'm gonna end off with just another little fun fact. Fun fact about children that I've learned recently, they have no regards for human life. Have you ever been imaginarily killed by a child? Yes, that has happened to me. You know, you just walk and see he doesn't like your face and he goes like... Imagine how creepy it would be if you would do that to a kid, you know, as an adult. You know, walk around... it never goes both ways. And it's just weird. Kids are weird. They should respect life, but we're all kids once. Cool, guys. This has been my set. Have fun. Off to the next guy.
Mike Waterloo. One more time, please, ladies and gentlemen.